This is Damon with FinWealth Builders, and this is your weekend update in preparation for next week. If you take a look at it, if you look at our channel and subscribe, please subscribe to our channel so that we can continue with these updates. Provide you information that hopefully help you to become a better trader and see better profits. So this last week's earnings is done. We saw quite a few major companies reporting their earnings, and overall the earnings were good. There's a couple here for Friday that I just wanted to point out here just to give you an update. So the first one is Draftkings, and you can see with Draftkings that after earnings it did drop below the 200. So it did close down. I don't know if you're in the stock, but if you are, just something to be aware of. It looks like it's below the 200. Probably the next level support's probably be around the $44 level. So it should hopefully find support there as it has in the past. This is on an 8-hour chart and hopefully be able to start bouncing up. So I'm not in this stock, but just one that I have been in the past, and just thought it was interesting to see kind of where it's at today and looking at the strong weakness in the stock right now. So it is bearish. The other one is Boise Cascade, and you can see that it's continued to just climb. So it's been a really good stock. One of the things is it's at a high, and you can see they closed above all the moving averages. Does it have continued to room to move? It could. Next level would be 73 and then 75 after that. If not, and if it drops down to 67.36 at the 20 EMA, I just start to be careful, because this has had a long, strong run, and it may be overextended for this stock, but it's still bullish. So it right now the chart's going to tell you that it's going to go higher. If you look at the earnings, let me just do a refresh here real quick. So we're still around 82%. We have 1,376 beats and 304 misses. So you can see that overall the earnings have been strong this quarter. So last week the Feds came out, and there was the week job report, and you would think that that would possibly impact the market in a negative manner. Actually did not. It actually helped our week end out strong. If you look at the Dow Jones on Friday was up 229.23 points, or 0.66%. The Nasdaq was up 0.88%, and S&P 500 were up 0.74. So new highs coming out for the Dow and S&P 500. Just continue to be very bullish. Everybody keeps saying it looks extended and it's going to collapse, but they've been telling me that for 3 months and or longer. And you just got to follow the charts and follow the trends. You can see right now on Friday too. We did earlier in the week have a little bit of a sell-off of the tech, but you can see that pretty much all the areas are strong. Microsoft was up 1%, Apple was up. So you can see overall the green financials were up. So a very strong closeout for the week on Friday. You can see on our tickers here, and we'll cover this a little bit later, but you can see that IHT was our top player for the stock for the day trading, and also we have VEL and YTNs. I'll cover at least one of those with you just to give you an idea as far as what we were looking at as we're scanning for potential day or scalp trading. For this next week, just something to be aware of. So we have retail sales. We have the FOMC meetings, which talk about and it looks like it's going to go through this whole week. But that's just to talk about kind of where the banks are at, and interest rates, and kind of overall kind of what the sentiment is, the market as it comes to the strengths in the financials. So it's retail sales coming out. Let's see what else. So crude oil inventories might be minor. So just not seeing a lot of big news this week coming out here, but we will give you updates as we go through this. But if you ever want to look at the calendar as far as special events or or important things like jobless and uh, reports and things like that, you can find it here on the Forex Factory. So just be aware of that. Earnings for this next week. This is for May 10th. I highlighted the ones that I'll be watching as earnings come out. For Monday, it's like Workhorse, the Trade Desk, Roblox, some of these smaller, small caps, mid caps companies. There's a lot of them in here. Um, they've been moving. We've been finding great opportunities, even on just on intraday period or possibly scalping. So I'm looking for where these companies are at. Is there an opportunity for me to either to buy in a little bit more on a dip, or is there a way that I can possibly day trade some of these? So just to let you know which ones I'm looking at. So let's go to IHT, which we talked about. That was our Friday, and you can see that um, on overall, it looks like the market came down right by the end of the day, but it's right here at the 20. So hopefully it'll find support here and bounce off. You can see it when it dropped below the 5, it did lose its support. So now we're at the 20. Hopefully it'll find opportunity to bounce there. You can also see that it over retraced over 50% of this first initial um, breakout. So just something to be aware of. On intraday chart, this is you can see where it broke out on Friday. Really, by the time the announcement came in, it was right here. And so this is where you had the trade. So you had basically a big climb in the morning. You had a resting period, and here's really your only opportunity to grab, which was around 460 to up to 591. Now, I didn't get the whole trade in there. I got out early, but that was that was your opportunity on Friday, and then you can see it just kind of sold off the rest of the day. So, and then it came back and settled here on the 10-minute chart, right here on the 100 EMA, and so we'll see if it holds here, or if it can bounce off of here, or if it's going to break down and go back possibly down to the 200 at the 296 level. So we'll kind of monitor that and see if there's another opportunity to scalp this, but I think this one is one and done for me. RHE is another one that we're taking advantage of. You can see that that it's been very bullish, still above the 5, well above the 5 EMA. So RHA is still looking good. You can see that it has a level of resistance here, which I didn't mark out on the chart. I'm looking at if it can find support and bounce off, I could see going back up to 2240. If it fails, it's going to come back and probably visit the 5 and possibly clear down to the 20 at 913. So this is one I'm still keeping on my radar. On an intraday point, you can see this was our big run here. It's come down, settled down. Was an opportunity here where it found support and bounced up. But overall, just kind of watching and monitoring this for a new opportunity. So on a 10-minute chart, there's not really much there. You can see, unless you're shorting it, that was the only opportunity you had is on 2 shorts. So just something to be aware of. On the dollar, you see the dollar is doing well for the stock market. It continues to come down. So that's helpful. And it's just right there hanging around the 90. If it continues to break down, you can see down here, there's a couple of stops here at 90 and 89, 90, where we had prior support. So it should hopefully it'll probably find support there. If it doesn't breaks down further, it could possibly cause the market to really climb. So we'll see what happens, but definitely monitor the dollar to see what it's doing. But right now, it's helping the market to continue to go up. So you can see the SPY S&P 500. This is the proxy. You can see that it came up to 422, so we had a new high, and we kind of have this little channel here. It's either going to continue to break up, possibly to 426 or to 430. If it really continues to go parabolic at some point. If not, if it drops back down, you can see the little support channel where it's kind of moved up and down. It'll probably fall within this ranges, which is 418 to 411. The 20 is actually signaling at about 415. So that's the first point where we could possibly see it bounce, because you can see, as it's come up through here, it's been pretty good as far as holding on to the 5 and the 10 EMA, and it's come down, touched here on the 20 just 2 days ago. So Something to be aware of there. The VIX, of course, this is like the dollar. As they go down, the SPY typically goes up. So you can see that the VIX is down where it's been at support before several different times. So it's set at 16.7. We'll see if it continues to go down this week. 15.4 was a low back here in the 14th. So we'll kind of monitor that. So we can see if what the market's going to do. Triple Qs, it was coming down. You can see that it came down. It found support here and then kind of bounced up, and now it's closed above the 5. Now it's got to work its way up above the 20 and try to get support and get above all the EMA and get all these to start to point up north. You can see that these start to flatten out on the 50 and the 100. We want these to if the Qs want to get back in a bull market, they've got to continue pushing forward. They can start to go back up towards the high of the 342.75, or if not, they might break down back into this next channel, which is at 326.47 at the bottom. But you can see here the 50 is at about 330. And semiconductors, you can see that it's almost creating a little channel here. It's found support here now above the 5 and the 10, and it's just closed above the 20. So we'll see if it can continue moving back up. If not, it could possibly bounce here for a little bit and consolidate to get some energy. But we will take a look and see how that goes throughout this next week. So Russell 2000, you can see the Russell 2000 came down, found support at the 50 here for a few days and bounced back up. It's above all the moving averages right now, which is a great bullish sign. And that's where you're seeing some of the movement in the small caps, where it's a great opportunity, or mid caps to day trade or to scalp those. So definitely looking good right now. Glad to see that it found support and it's bouncing off of there. We'll see how it does. You can see that there's kind of a range here that the stocks majority of the time have been in. So it's got to get it back above this 231 if it wants to break out to new highs. But for right now, I think it's probably going to just consolidate in this range. Gold, you can see the gold just took off and had a great day later in the week, and then it kind of retraced about 50% of that bar, and then this one's sitting right in the middle of the prior day. So we're sitting at 1834 right now today. We'll see if it can start to break above this high of 1843, or it could see just kind of consolidate through here and for a while. So we'll see what happens. If it does break down, the 5 is sitting at the 1826, and currently the 20 is at 1800. So we'll see what it does this next week. Silver, again, it's consolidating this little channel here for a while. It broke out just above 2750 right now into this next area where it could create a new channel or go to new highs. So we'll see if it can get up here to the $28 range, or if it's going to possibly drop back down into this little consolidation zone. The 5 sitting at 27.46 and the 20s at 26.83. Bitcoin, you can see that it's been consolidating for some time. You had consolidation back here before a breakout. Back here in April, you can see that we had a consolidation period here as well before breakout broke down. Came back into this consolidation area here, broke up back into the same channel that it's been in a few times here. And so it's just been consolidating. It's been trying to break out. It's kind of at the upper part of that channel. And so we'll see if it can break out above that 60,000 range. If it does, it could start going back up towards 64, and then up to the high of 67 or 66,000. So we'll see what happens. If not, it might just sit here and consolidate for a little bit. The 200 sitting at 53, 57 if it does happen to break down. But currently it's just in this consolidation channel. So Ethereum Classic, which had a great run, right? It jumped 100% in a day. But you can see that it's kind of been in this channel, and it just kind of barely broke under there today. We'll see if it breaks back above it. If not, it may come back down. and might be able to find support. You know, it could come down to this the 20 moving average, which is 104.50 right now, and it could possibly come down there and find support. But we'll see. Right now, it's just barely broken below the 5 and the 10. So something to keep an eye on. But it's been a great bullish run, and we'll see if it can continue to hold that if it just consolidates for a while. Dogecoin. So Dogecoin had a great run. Yeah, I did get out of this one, and then I bought a little bit back when I came back on the dip. I didn't catch the full dip, but got in around 50 cents. So I'm back in. Doge, I got out at 71 cents, so I didn't hit the top either. But I got out because it seemed like it was kind of just hype. You know, people were buying on the news, right? With this Saturday's SNL. And so I just thought, well, I'll just get out just before. And so I got out, and then I noticed it dropped, and I was like, okay, it's probably a good time to buy in. It's a good support level at 50. Here's the 50 EMA right here, at the 100 here. So you see that drop down here. So okay, 50 cents is good support because it was kind of around the 25 range. It went to 50. Then it's kind of tried to head up to 75. Now it's back down to 50. Now it's right back up close to 60. So I think if this continues to hold, you can see that it kind of peaked out on this trend line here, came down, touched it again, came down, found some support where it was almost at before, and then I think it'll try to climb back up there again. So we'll see if it can hit 75 or closer, or work its way back up to 80, or if it's just going to consolidate here for a little bit or drop back down. If it drops back down 200, the 200 is at 34 cents right now. So we'll see what happens, but you know, it was good to see that it did hit that 100 support line and allow me to buy back in. So hopefully you're doing well there. Again, I'm not giving you advice, not telling you to buy or sell Doge, but I follow the opportunities and the trends, and that's where you can profit. So just hopefully you're doing well in that area. And if you are trading Doge, or if you're staying away from it, you know, great. There's opportunities everywhere. Tesla, you know, I continue to follow Tesla. I've been in and out of this stock, you know, over several opportunities, and so I've been kind of holding out right now. I've been out for a while, but you can see that you know, on Friday that we did close out. You know, still in this little channel area, but we're kind of at the base of that. We're at kind of towards the bottom. We'll see. It looks like it tried to bounce back up, still under the 50. It's still under the 5 as well. So it's in the 100. So it's got to start working its way back up here. We'll see if it does, or if it breaks back down, it could come down to probably the 622 level. The 200s down here at this 578. But if it can go back up and break above 622, I think it's going to have some resistance probably around 614, but 622 would be an opportunity for it to break out of this channel and head back north. So that's some of the stocks. That's what I've been watching, and we'll see what additional opportunities come out this next week. Hopefully you're doing well in the market and you're able to follow the trends, and then that's benefiting you. So again, subscribe to our channel, and hopefully you found this helpful, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and happy Mother's Day.